There's nothing in this world more primal than my love for you. If you meet somebody else that's a rival, that much is true. Yeah, I know you said, baby, this is final, and I blame myself. All that's left of me now is an animal, and I cry for help. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you all. Let it go, let it go, let it go, till I get you alone. I can't help but howl like a wolf, howl like a wolf. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. I will howl like a wolf, baby, I will howl like a wolf. When the sun fades, when the night awaits, I'll be howling and howling and howling for you, babe. Can't keep my pain quiet any longer. Gotta let it out. Are you anywhere near? So I wonder, can you hear me now? I know it ain't over till it's over, 'cause I'm still alive. If only you'd come a bit closer, maybe I'll survive. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you all. Let it go, let it go, let it go, till I get you alone. I can't help but howl like a wolf, howl like a wolf. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. I will howl like a wolf, baby, I will howl like a wolf. When the sun fades, when the night awaits.
I don't really have words for how my session just went. Yeah, I am so happy. Yeah, deadlifts at the start of the week did not go to plan. If you've seen that video, you will know this. Or in the middle of the week, it wasn't the start of the week. Yeah, I expected today to feel good. Like, I genuinely believed that I would do well today. Like, I felt so much better than I did last time I came here. Like, at the end of last block, when I squatted 185 for 4, I felt fatigued to hell. Like, I didn't really have any confidence about loading it, and I don't know how I did it. And I know I felt significantly stronger on squats this week, and just generally, like, my body feels a lot better this week than it did that end of last block. So I kind of knew I had a good chance of hitting 190 triple, but it moved well, like really well. Also, my camera is about to die, so I'll recap properly when I get home, or tomorrow. But yeah, I need to get out of my head about the fact that like 190 plus is singles weight now. Like, I'm at a mental barrier where I just think I need to have the confidence, because like 190, the first rep felt hard, but it felt doable. I just had to concentrate, and I knew I could do 3, and I just took it 1 rep at a time. So I'm very happy with how that went, happy with how it moved. Not 100% convinced on depth. Like, I think it's borderline, maybe just in, but I do also think with rep work, when I'm that nervous, I do tend to be a bit more cautious with depth, where on comp day, I know I've got the security of the spotters around me, and I'll just sink it and go for it. So I'm happy with how that moved. Back offs as well, 2x5 at 160. That might be a PB. If it's not, it's like close to, and I was really happy with how that moved. But bench as well, I did not know what to expect for bench. Like, I knew I want to hit at least 110. I also used the hard Alico pad rather than the soft Alico pad. I'm competing on the soft. I did check that today because this is where I'm competing. But I was like, the hard pad's free. If I can bench good on the hard pad, I can bench even better on the soft pad. And I loaded 105. I filmed 105, 110, and they both moved at pretty much the same speed, even though 110 felt heavy, which is what I struggled with last week. Like, 110 just feels heavy in my hands because I'm not doing 2 singles a week right now. So I've got less exposure to that top end load. But 110 moved quick enough. I was like, I have to just load 115. Like, I got a really good feeling like bench feels good today. I do think on the hard pad, my elbow depth is definitely not as convincing. But again, I'm competing on the soft pad. Next time I come here, I'll make sure to use the soft pad, and I will be more cautious with elbow depth. But I benched 115 with a pause. I think my butt stayed down. If it didn't, it only just rose, which means, again, on the soft pad, it should be fine. I can't believe I squatted 190 for a triple and benched 115 today. Like, that's the most I've benched in, I can't remember how long. Like, I don't remember the last time I loaded 115 and actually got 115 as well. I literally can't remember the last time I loaded that. So I'm really happy, especially because I've got less exposure to that top end load. Like I said, like bench and squat, or squat and bench, that felt weird saying it, bench and squat. Squat and bench have really pulled through this block, and I know that I'm doing the right things with them now. And I think the slight extra volume on bench is clearly paying off. My shoulder feels good, my elbows feel good, like not 100% on my elbows, but definitely a lot better than they were. I'd say they're about 80%. Okay, guys, it is a new week, which means it's also technically the start of a new YouTube series, but I haven't recapped this session. So this is going to be the last video of this series. It was supposed to be a cutting series, but I mean, I have lost a couple of kilos, to be fair. But it obviously hasn't been what it was supposed to be, but that's not a problem because there is a plan. And actually, I'm really happy with where things are, which I will talk to you about in the first episode of the new series, which is my prep into powering through this session. I can't actually, like, I can't believe how it went. Obviously, like, these numbers were planned. Like, I fully expected to be able to hit them. But just on reflection, like, I'm so happy with how they went, like, how everything moved. Like, squats, 190. The first rep felt like work, but it reaffirmed to me that it's 190 kilos. It's supposed to feel like work. Just do it anyway. Like, this mental barrier, like, I felt myself kind of break through this mental barrier I've had, which I remember having with the 170 range, where it was like, that is a singles number. That is 100, like 170 kilos is for singles only, no rep work. Like, you aren't strong enough to do rep work at that weight. And that's how I felt about 190, except I've just very much proved to myself I am capable of rep work at 190. And actually, it wasn't that difficult. Like, the third rep was obviously slow. Like, I might have been able to get another one out, but I could have probably done 192, right? It wasn't full max effort. Like, if you watch my 185 for 4 last block, that was pretty much max effort. This was nowhere near as difficult as that. And like, my 175 last warm up was so comfortable. Like, it felt really strong. And yeah, that 190 triple, the first rep, I was like, this is actually going to happen. Like, this is about to happen. And I said to myself, kind of obviously internally after, I was like, right, you need to get out of your head now. Like, 190 is no longer singles weight. Like, you can do a lot more than this for singles. And typically speaking, just from previous experience and obviously data and stuff from my own training, if I can hit something for 3, I can hit 15 kilos more for a single. So 200, I'm not even honestly, like, 200 isn't even scary to me right now. Like, I know without a doubt I have 200. So I'm like, do I have 205? Am I on track for 210 soon? Like, what? 200 isn't, I don't think when I load 200, as much as I think I'm going to be like, holy shit, I've done 200 and it's this huge like barrier that will be celebrated, of course. I think part of me is going to be like, I know I can do it. Like, I have full confidence that I can do it. And I've known for a while that I definitely have the strength for 200. Like, even at British, my 195, third attempt, like, it was slow, but that was an off day. Like, my 175 opener felt terrible that day. I'd done a horrible weight cut, and yet I still squatted 195, and it wasn't that much of a grind. Like, I've known I've got the strength for 200 for a while, and I just know now 100% I've got it. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm just so happy with squats. My back off's at 160 as well, super comfortable. And actually, I think within the next few blocks, I'll be doing back off 5s at 170-ish, which will be very cool. Like, normally I progress my back offs by like 2.5 each block, but that's usually if they're actually difficult by the end of the block. That 160 was not difficult. After like the adrenaline crash as well of hitting that 190, like, I literally sat down after that set and I was like, oh my god, like, I can't believe I've just done this. And when I got to the gym, like, some of the guys were, oh, what are you doing today? What's the plan? Because I always go there for my heavy sessions, so like, they know it's going to be something heavy. And just saying 190 for a triple, I felt silly saying it out loud because I was like, this is ridiculous. So I was like, 190 for 3, hopefully. And like, actually, I know, like, I did this. I can do this. And I'm capable of a lot more than this too. Like, the momentum is still there. And then bench. So I use the hard pad. So I prefer the soft pad. I'm competing on the soft pad, but the hard pad was free, and I was like, let's just crack on. No one else was on there. I was like, I might as well start warming up. And then someone else jumped in with me after, which is obviously fine, or like during my sets, which is why the plate loading was pretty terrible for some of those, but obviously that's fine. But I was like, I'll just crack on and get started. And weirdly, my positioning felt incredible on the hard pad. I'm fairly confident my elbows would have been high. my elbow depth was not great because I felt so locked into my position that like my chest felt really hard, like my range of motion felt tiny, and I definitely flared a little bit more, which I think for my heaviest singles, I do kind of flare a little bit more anyway still, which obviously you want consistency from rep to rep, but actually in terms of strength and elbow depth, it's not a bad thing that I do that. So I am incredibly happy. I did 105, well, I filmed 100, 105, 110, and then I loaded 115. So the 100 felt super easy, as 100 does, but I made sure to film it because I know that I freaked out the week before when I hit 110, and it just felt incredibly heavy in my hands, and that made me doubt myself. So I was like, right, it doesn't matter how it feels, you can still move this. So I filmed the 100, and it was obviously quick. I filmed the 105, and it was really quick. I filmed the 110, and it felt considerably heavier, but it was really quick. So I was like, you could do 112 and secure the 112, or you could push yourself out of your comfort zone and just load 115. And I did, and I got it, and it was paused, and I'm pretty sure my butt stayed down on the hard pad. My butt never stays down on the hard pad, so I'm incredibly happy. Like that session, I could not have asked for more. Triples at 105 after was so comfortable as well, like considerably more comfortable than the week before at 100. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, guys. I'm literally 2 blocks out of comp, and I'm feeling really good, and I'm really excited to compete. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this series up. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I obviously will be continuing to upload videos. And I'm excited to get into the next section of training, which will be with a coach as well, nutrition coach, not lifting coach. But I'm really excited, and I will obviously talk to you guys more about that in the next video and the future videos. But if you have been keeping up with the series, like I really appreciate it. Obviously the cut, we won't talk about the cut. I might just rename the series and pretend that never happened. But no, in all honesty, like I needed a little bit of a mental break from being as rigid with my tracking, not my training. I've been rigid with my training. But last week, or like this week, I've dialed in, kept everything like on it, perfect, and training showed up. Also, I say I kept everything on it. Saturday, I did overeat. Like after this session, I got home and I was ravenous. Like I ordered a tortilla, which was already planned. That would fit into my macros, no problem, fine. I knew it was good quality food. I wanted a little treat when I got home, and nothing was cooked up. So I was like, order a tortilla, treat yourself, all fine, delicious. And then I finished it, and normally I'm stuffed after, and I was like, I am still hungry here. Like, so, I am still hungry. And I knew it was because I lifted heavy. I was also incredibly tired, which will be from lifting heavy as well. So I ate some more baked oats, not baked oats, they weren't baked, I keep calling them baked oats. So the banana bread recipe that I've raved about in these videos, I tweaked and put white chocolate and blueberries in it instead of dark chocolate, and so good. So I had like, it's cake basically. Well, it was definitely undercooked in the middle. We won't talk about that. I had white chocolate and blueberry cake, I guess, but it was like banana cake after my tortilla. And then I had some yogurt because I was still hungry. And I don't know how much I would have only gone over by like 500 calories, but I was like ravenous. And it took a lot. And then it got to like, so it was just me and Zuko at home on Saturday night. And Zuko's usually pretty naughty until bedtime. Like, I feel like 5 until 9-ish, he is naughty, he is full of energy. Nope. When I first got home, he was excited to see me. He was a little bit naughty for like maybe half an hour or so. And then we just sat on the sofa and he fell asleep. And then I just sat there and I was like, I want to sleep too. I think I nearly forgot to feed him, but we literally were in bed like 8:30. I was so tired. I literally could have gone to bed at like 7. I'm going to be honest. I was so sleepy after that session, and obviously the driving and stuff as well. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you if you've made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Let me know what sort of stuff you guys want to see in my prep to powering through. So I've got 2 blocks to go, a doubles block and a singles block. I'm probably not actually going to film as much of my training in these videos because I feel like it's probably not that interesting watching my training videos. Like, I'll keep top sets in, but you don't need to see my priming bench. You don't need to see my tempo. Actually, I'm not even doing tempo bench this block, I don't think. I'll obviously talk you through the changes too. But let me know what actual bits you want to see. Anyway, thank you for made it to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.